Y'all grab a seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live! Filmed in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina in front of a live studio audience. Now, let's hear it for your host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright!
All right, y'all grab a seat. It's funny because a lot of y'all I don't recognize because I've never seen you with that much fur on your head. It's like way different looking with not a haircut. So welcome to our limited event. We canceled it, and the people that said we were canceled, we didn't know you were still having it. We're not still having it. We canceled it because of our conservative governor, Roy Boy Cooper. And so we canceled it, and we'll have a few people in here. We've got a strong TWC training session that Jeff Bright and I have worked on. Jeff has worked hard on it, and I have worked on it. And we're going to have some training. We're going to show the plan later tonight, so all you guys are invited back for that. We're not bringing in 100 brand new people, letting them watch it virtual, just like everybody across the country. And tomorrow, we're going to do some training that'll be videoed, edited. We will broadcast some of it to everybody in the country. Some of it will not be broadcast. And I want to establish some training seminars for stuff going, or training format going forward. Because I mean, I really plan on blowing this thing up since June 1. Like, we've got a mandate to grow. And I think we can do it if we do it right, or when we do it right, which means getting our leaders to lead as opposed to just existing. So I want to talk about that a lot tomorrow. All righty, let's see. First things first. People that have won trips to Thailand. Megan Wood, come on up here. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yes, ma'am. Here's a mic for you to talk with.
Perfect.
Do you know how to use that?
I do.
All right. Let's see if it's...
Hear me okay?
Woohoo! Turn the red one on. It's on? Talk to it.
Perfect.
We need to switch it on. Ta-da.
Can you hear me now? There you go.
Turning it on strategy, the on button. The reason I got Megan up here is because you have not won Chiang Mai.
I
You are
know.
qualified.
I was super fired up.
Put that over there. Let's see. Marcus, I like the way Tia's been putting them all up already, but apparently they're not up here. They're up on the wall. Marcus, Rich, and Carla have already won a trip. Minerve has already won a trip. Minerve Profil. Jonathan and Megan Yakey. Adam Johnson. Mark and Shannon Hutchinson have already won, so if you would stick those up.
Perfect.
Kyle and Janina Wilson have already won. Joe and Tony Walker. Mike and Michelle Alleman. Jeremy and Amy Patton. Tim and Sarah Sight. Robert Sarge Wilson and Mona. Joseph Dukes. Eric and Bobby Belair. Megan Wood has already won the trip and the extension. James and Jane Hill. I saw James. And Paul and Sam Menachino. And is Paul here? Yep, hey, it's Paul. And Katrina Guston has already won. So if you would add those to the list, Megan Wood, thank you. That is, to me, we spend agency managers, we spend $1.3 million a year, and it's free to you. But it's worthless to you if you don't know where every single person in your hierarchy is at, and if you don't talk to them about it on a daily basis, weekly basis at least. and knowing where they are and just worrying the ever-living snot out of them, like to win the trip, and are they on pace, and they can't come down to the wire. It is amazing to me that people don't use that tool more. That's the kind of thing I want to talk about tomorrow, is how do you review that with people. But this is one of the biggest opportunities. This is going to be a crazy trip. Thailand, like it's halfway around it's on the other side of the earth. It's beautiful. It's fun. We'll have a good time as long as there's no COVID-19 going on. Oh, do y'all remember that? I think it's been forgotten lately. But I remember it. Okay, so trips, that's a big thing. Oh, this is another big thing. Thank you, Megan. You just keep proceeding. Let me know when you finish. You just
I'm
keep working.
almost done.
Okay. All right. Top 3 life producers in the country. Get this. This is submitted this week. 19,953, 27 apps submitted this week. Megan Wood.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let me if you didn't submit 27 apps for 19,000, let me tell you your biggest weakness is your ability to say, what am I doing wrong? How is she doing that? Like, develop the ability to say, what am I doing wrong? How is she doing that? What is she doing? How is she doing it? Give me that humbleness of why am I not doing that? Just ask. Say the questions. You'll get the answers. I've been coaching this one couple and trying to get them to ask a question. Of course, they are over 27, but trying to get them to ask a question is a nightmare. They want to make statement after statement after statement after statement, but they don't want to ask, how do I get it? And you say, well, what's the magical formula of that? Wait, did you ask a question? The magical formula is you're not asking questions. You're terrible at asking questions. She's good at asking questions. And what I would like for you to start with is, what is she doing different? I like when people say, well, I already know what she's doing different. I says, let me tell you, you know, but you're not doing it? Yeah. Well, then won't you just, I don't know, cut your throat and just take a big knife and pull real hard, or maybe, or jump, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not do something does that make, I don't believe you. I don't think you are that, I don't believe that you're that bad of a person that you know exactly what she's doing and you're refusing to do it. I just refuse to believe that about you. I think you're more of a human being. I think, in fact, you don't know. That makes, you don't know what she's doing differently. So that's the biggest thing is learn how to ask questions that start with who or how or where or what. Some of those question type words. Number 2 submit in the country is, this guy's killing it. I was noticing Marvin Otsoy, 19,800, 7 applications. And when we get to the F&G contest, the IUL contest, he's just killing it. We got to get him and say, how are you selling so many IULs? What are you doing? How do you get them to commit? How are you just spanking people that have been in insurance for 5 years? And what are you doing? What is this? Right? Marvin, how are you doing this? And by the way, Marvin is over 27 years old. That's another thing. You're messing up my older people can't. He's killing it. And he's older. He's older than 27. I'm pretty dadgum sure. I'm talking to him and looking at him. I'm thinking he's over 27, Marvin, you are spanking it, buddy. Let me tell you something. Let me give you some advice, Marvin. Keep doing it, man. Just don't listen to anybody. Just keep going. That's awesome. How about this newcomer, Sabrina Floyd? 18,332 applications. $18,332 in premium with 19 applications in a week. That is smoking. And that goes Davies, Soto. Is there anybody in between her? And then Sabrina. Gosh, way to go. If I'm Soto, I'm looking at her going, what are you doing? How are you getting so many applications? Because she's his downline. He could ask her, how are you doing that? What are you saying? What kind of leads are you getting? What is your opening statement? You know, like, what are you doing? I've asked her that several times, and she says, I'm just excited. I'm like, you gonna tell me the truth? This is her right here, Sabrina Floyd right there. 19 applications, 18,000 premium. Woohoo, Sabrina. Here's the thing. Here's what I like about it. Come over here, Megan.
All right.
Here's what I like about it. Now we got Sabrina and Megan. What are you going to do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to say now? Because there's what they said. It can't be done. And then you started doing it.
Right.
And fortunately for us, you didn't graduate from Harvard.
I know.
Or Cornell.
I was a waitress and a bartender for 13 years.
If any of you out there are a waitress and a bartender, or is Sabrina got a highly educated? Like, please God, tell me no. No. But you know what wouldn't hurt it? You know what would be cool is if we did have somebody with a PhD or an engineering degree all of a sudden starts writing these kind of numbers right here. You know what? Wait a minute. Mama said, oh, you know what? If you didn't know better, you could think that was Marvin Osuna. But it's Marvin Otsoy, who is hired by Marvin Osuna. He might have a PhD. Wouldn't it be cool if he was like a highly educated individual, and then we go like, hey, smart people are doing it, and Albright is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Waitress and a bartender.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Top 12 life producers issue paid. Kyle and Janina Wilson did 10. This is in a week, so you understand. This is in a week. 10,000 issue paid. 9 apps, 10,000 issue paid. 12 in a week. 11,000 issue paid. 5 apps, 24 apps. Who did that 24? That's you.
I did.
That's you again.
That's
Lee
me.
Reyes, 13 apps in a week. Marvin, let's see if it's Otsoy or Osuna. It's Otsoy. Marvin Otsoy got 12 apps in a week. Mimi, 12,000 with 3 apps in a week. Katrina Gustin, 12,907 apps in a week. Justin, man, I think this is Justin Balick's breakout week. 22 applications issued in a week. My boy Justin Balick, man, something. Hey, tell your secretary or administrative person, good job. If y'all were on the other day when I said, who is your administrative assistant? Because they suck. Because he was like, I got like $59,000 in pending or something like that. Well, whoever it is got 22 of them issued this week. So either you gave them a nice swift kick or you gave them a bonus or something, but whatever, they got 22. Sonia G, who is this? Hello, this is a new person, Sonia Pleasance. Sonia Gladney Pleasance, part of Kelly Haney's team, had 15,000 issued, 4 apps. By the way, there are 4 IULs. So, Otsoy, you have competition. 6 apps, she got 4. So, that's good stuff right there. And who is this? Sarge? Robert Wilson got 12 apps issued for 15,000 this week. Way to go, Robert Wilson. I had him on the phone talking this morning. Well, Robert's got a game plan. Y'all see if y'all agree with me. Robert is going to post less on band and make more phone calls. How many of y'all think that'll be more productive? Can I see a show of hands? Can we just kind of scan the camera? I don't know. Sarge, now, how many of y'all love his post? I love his post. But how many think it would be more productive for him if he posts less and calls more? I told him that. I said, you have no idea how much I like your posts. I'll read every one of them. And then I think to myself, why am I wasting my time? I could be calling somebody making money. So it's that, why am I wasting time reading his long 39 letters and words and pictures and videos when I can call something and be productive? I was fired up when I saw Robert Wilson. I was like, I'm fired up. Why do I have to read all that? You know what I'm saying? So think about if he typed less and dialed more. Same finger movement, instead of this, it's just, you know what I mean? We and him had a long conversation, longer than right here we're talking about it. But if this applies to somebody else, just take it as free advice. It's worth millions, though. Okay. Robert Wilson, you heard that. Everybody agrees. By the way, everybody agree on something does not make it right. But this time, it's right. Who else we got? By the way, I'm back in Burlington, North Carolina, and I miss Florida. But I'm good to see y'all. Good to be back with y'all. Annuity producers this week. In 1 week, Stan Ulrich issued a $27,000. Mike Hartlib issued a $30,000. Chris Norris, bam, issued $38,000. Kyle and Janina Wilson, a $300,000 annuity. And Joe and Tony Walker, a $500,000 annuity. $499,938. Way to go, Joe and Tony Walker out of the Northwest. Top 3 foresters, Mark Hutchinson, $4,000. Carrie Mike Williams, $4,000. And Mia Fennell, $4,000. Mia was telling me some crazy number she did this month. She's fired up out of her mind. Top recruiters, let's see who we got here. Who's Chris Davis? Chris Davis, part of the Fitz group, got 2. Andy Riddle. Riddle, what the heck's going on with your recruiting? Are you working more in depth or something? Come up here, Riddle. You leading the country in recruiting right now? How long have you been in insurance?
December of 2017 is when I got my license.
December of 2017. 18, 19, so 2.5 years.
Yeah.
2.5 years. God. Hey, what's going on with you, Bo? I mean, are you letting Kyle catch up with you on purpose, or?
Kyle's not catching me. That's the weird part. When it's second place and the numbers there, you got to see the week before's.
You are at 130, and Kyle is at 93.
So he has less than a month to catch up for the $10,000.
Less than a month. Oh, it's over with this month?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. So you get $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could have stopped 2 months ago and still won, but we didn't. So.
Jason and Tony Carey are not far. Matter of fact, you need to worry about Jason and Tony Carey more than you need to worry about Andy Riddle. They're at 86 and you're at 93.
Uh-oh.
This is year to date. Mike Leventovich and Noel are at 81. So 81, 86, 93. And then it's kind of a cliff down to right over here. Will Dancy. Will, not bad at 57, buddy. And then Paul Roberts at 53 and Olga and Jason at 52. So kind of a no tight race for number 1. I mean, you'd have to do a third of your production more from 93 to 130. So it's a cliff to number 2. So 2, 3, 4 are kind of tight with Mike, Carries, and Cater. And then it drops down to Will Dancy, Paul Roberts, and Olga Mathis. Not too far from Abian and Jake and Bell Krause. Not too far. And then Brandon Beal, not too far away. Okay, so this week, Kyle and Janina put in 3. Mike and Noel right there. Mike and Noel put in 3. Who is the Noel? Noel Wilson. Who is Noel Wilson? Part of your team? It's Brandon Beal. Okay. Noel, him, Noel. And out in California, or where's Noel? Cleveland, Ohio. Nice. John Thorman, part of Michael Owen's team, put in 3. Olga and Jason put in 4. Paul Roberts put in 5. Jason and Tony still pushing hard, and ABN coming on strong with 8. So this is a hell of a week. Especially this issue paid stuff right here. That's just crazy talk right there. All right. 2.5 years. How long did you keep your job when you first started?
The first year. So my first year was part-time.
So you did this on the side for 12 months?
Yeah.
How did your finances change? Did you pay off bills? Did you put more money in the bank? Was it the same? What was the change?
I'm a saver, so I put more money in the bank. And then I started realizing that why am I still waitressing and bartending? Because I'm making way more money doing it like 2 days a week. So I think I saved $20,000 my first year just doing this 2 days a week. I'm like, what am I doing?
So as a waitress and a bartender, you saved up enough money to put a down payment on a house.
That's right.
How much down payment did you put?
30,000.
You put $30,000 down. Here's what I can't figure out. Somebody should say this. How come she has cash in the bank and I can't save any money? How come I'm always behind on my lead bill? How come I'm behind on my house payment? How am I behind on my car payment? How come my wife don't have a 5-carat diamond? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what's different about her? What is she doing different? How does she do it? If I could get more people saying, how do you do that? Like, I started to say, I have a friend that got a jet. I asked him how, but I have a jet. I'm thinking, you know, if some of these people that have Gulf streams would talk to me, that's what I would ask them. It's like, how'd you get a Gulf stream? What'd you do? But you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you save? How do you have money and we don't have money? And it's 2 of us making money, and she don't even have a husband making money. Your kid don't work, does he?
No, he says he does sometimes, but no, he doesn't.
He don't make no income.
No.
So she got 1 person, you got 2 people. And you go like, we get twice as much to eat. Like, that's not the problem. By the way, that's a statement. When you say we eat twice as much as her because there's 2 of us, but I'm going like, how does she do that? So she puts this down, buys a house, gets a mortgage protection lead, asks the person how much they make, and she says, I want to do that. So she starts doing that on the side extra and puts $20,000 in the bank and then quits the job. Have I got that story about right?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Goes full-time and takes over and dominates our production leaderboard. That's just crazy. And now we have Sabrina Floyd. So it's like, who's going to be next? Wouldn't it be cool if it was a guy? I mean, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm not trying to pick my gender over your gender. But wouldn't it be cool if it was a guy that stepped up? Marvin Otsoy. He's a guy. He's a man's man. That's cool, huh? Yeah. So Marvin Otsoy is sticking up. Who's going to be next that gets crazy and moves up into the top? So are you still, so now that you quit your job, so now you're with NAA, NAA only.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm just so hesitant to say NAA full-time anymore, because most of the time what they mean to say is I'm only making money with NAA. They're not full-time. It's just the only place they make money. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they're not full-time. They're not working 40 hours a week. Is that Terry? Terry, how you doing, buddy? It's not full-time. It's the only way they make money. I have people say, I go, hey, could you just say only, please? And I think they missed the part where now everybody's going to know what I mean when I say, could you just say only, not full-time? That full-time word is bothering me. It's like unethical when they say full-time. Yours might be legit, but if you just, I'm only doing NAA for money.
I made $35,000 a year working my way in a bar job.
Oh, you would like to also tell them that you saved $30,000 while making $35,000 a year.
Yeah, but I saved $30,000.
No offense, but is your house like real terrible, nasty?
No, I got a beautiful home.
No, I'm saying before that.
Oh,
when
before?
You saved up $30,000.
No, I lived in an apartment, actually.
You lived in an apartment?
Yeah.
Did you keep it clean?
Was your house nasty?
Did you keep it clean and stuff and neat?
Yeah, of course I did.
Well, I think so, but just I see these other poor people, and it's
like I don't have roaches and that kind of stuff. If that's what you're trying to ask me.
6 feet, 6 feet.
No, it's beautiful. It's nice.
Don't you just wonder, like, how does she do that? Like, do you have a trust fund? Did your dad leave you a boatload of money?
No, my parents don't have money.
What different? How does that happen?
Priorities.
Huh?
Priorities.
Right, priorities. That's right. And then there's these people that think you're emotionally perfect.
Yeah.
with no
Mike knows
insecurity-
better than that.
With no insecurities, no nothing.
Yeah. That ain't true. That's not true at all.
Well, that's what you've told me, so I
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah,
So NAA only, and are you putting more money in the bank?
that's right. I got 70,000 in my bank account
I got
in my savings.
70,000 in my bank account, and I moved into a new house that I keep it really neat, and it's really cool and really pretty.
Yep.
And this is the only source of income. There's not like two of us doing it.
No.
And I've already won the trip to Chiang Mai, the extension.
And I've made 85,000 so far in 5 months.
You've made 85,000 in 5 months with us.
Yeah. It's like
Okay,
triple.
can we all say it together? Good for you, Megan Wood. Don't you just want to say that? Can we say that together? You ready? Good for you, Megan Wood. Does that not, like, if I had a chalkboard, I would take my fingernail,
Oh, God.
or you know what I would do? I would take a plate. Somebody bring me a plate and a fork. Do you ever eat with somebody that does that and they just go right all the way through the plate and then they scratch it sometimes with a fork? That's like that sounds like to me when you say. You might sound good to you. It's like, oh, it smells good to me. But I'm going like,
I'll
good
take it.
for you, Megan Wood. Like, where's your sense of pride, man? Where's your sense of competitiveness, man? So I mean, I can't compete with her. Why can't you compete with her? What part about it? By the way, I was telling somebody what part about it. What do you think they can't compete with about her?
The work.
What do you think they can't compete with about you? Take it down there to Leventovich. I want to hear what he thinks. What do y'all think? I want to tell you what I think about it. What do you think they can't compete?
Her work and focus. They can
Her
compete,
work
but
and
that's,
focus.
That's what she does. She outworks people and she's outfocused.
Outworks them and outfocus them. What do you think, Brandon?
I agree with Mike. Work and focus. She said
Work
it
and
before, it's her
focus.
priorities.
What do you think, Kraus?
I agree, but I'm sure she's not distracted like a lot of people are.
She's not, her ability to not be distracted. Adderall, is that the word?
I'm not on Adderall.
Nope.
No, that's not it.
Somebody told me I need that today, so. Actually, I said I need that today. That's what happened. Gina, will you think anything differently? Who thinks something differently? Who just wants to talk? So you want me to raise your hand? Okay, what do you think, Gina?
Goals. She's got goals that
got goals.
she's set and working
You just
towards.
trying to be different, or do you really mean that?
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
mean it.
okay.
I think Megan Wood has a WANTTO.
You think that she has more WANTTO, want to, than other people. You think her want to quotient is higher than anybody else.
For her, it is, yes.
See what Terry thinks. That's what you was thinking, Terry? You want to. Terry, here's what I think. I've not met a person as genuine, as authentic. This I don't care what this sounds like. I don't know many people as genuine and as authentic as I am about how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm talking to you about life insurance, I will tell you in a minute how much life insurance I got and what I don't have and what I think I need and what I should have. It just don't bother me that you know me. How many think that? Did I hit anything with you on that? Like, as I look around, I go like, a lot of y'all could use a dose of genuineness because your bullshit factor is through the roof. You follow what I'm saying, Terry? And I don't think you're one of them, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
I wouldn't say that's an issue with you. Maybe the other issues, but that genuine, and I don't really think, but, I'm not going to say anything about one person, but you know what I'm saying? Like, her genuine, what do you think about that? You ain't got no mic no more, do you? Her genuineness. I just looked at Menachino. He strikes me as one of those people, too. Just plain out, that's who he is. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah.
Does that, who else like, oh, now that you point that out, she don't really care if you know about her. Now, I got to tell y'all, you don't know her. You just think you do. Right. You just think you know her. She lets you think you know her. She comes across as insanely genuine, but she got secrets. 1 million of them, just like the rest of you. Not to look at any one of you more than another one. All right. This is so terrible because of the COVID. I got no energy in here. Y'all wake up, move around.
Woohoo!
Move around.
Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yep.
I fight with myself, right? So where was I at last week? I want to be better than where I was last week. I look back about like a year ago, I'm going to make sure that I'm better than where I was then. What did I do yesterday? I have to do more today than what I did yesterday. So I'm always competing against myself to make myself better. So that's what I'm doing. And so if I don't, then I make sure I double it the next day. Karina
I
Floyd.
hope I don't want to hurt you. Hey.
Hey, Andy.
I got you on speaker.
I see.
What kind of master's degree you got, Sabrina?
I have a master's degree in special education.
Oh, well, that explains it right there, 100%. Anybody with a master's degree in special education should absolutely be able to kill this business. Because everybody we're dealing with needs special education. Y'all agree with that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now we have a waitress and a bartender and a master's degree in special education. Perfecto. Hey, we're proud of you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for acknowledging me. It's greatly appreciated. I truly love this company and how it's changing the trajectory of my life and my son's life.
Can you see her grinning? Look this way so they see. You see Sabrina grinning. I mean, you see that one over there grinning.
Yes.
Megan Wood. How can you forget Megan Wood? Hey, seriously, you don't have any intentions of letting up, are you?
No.
By the way, I found something in common. She bought mortgage protection and then got in the business. She bought mortgage protection and got in business. So the last two superstars, or the most recent superstars, came from people that bought mortgage protection. You should buy mortgage protection leads to recruit superstars. That makes sense? Like that's how you got in. You bought mortgage protection, right?
Yes, I did.
So there you go. It ain't the
It was the same-
education.
it was the same story. It's like, so what is this? I don't know how we started talking about it, but it came up, and then when she told me how much she made, I was like, what? Oh, okay, I like this.
Oh,
What I got to do?
here's another thing. Both of them, the person that hired them, ain't really doing anything. They're out. They're in. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
go back to watching. Congratulations. Proud of you. We don't want you letting up.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
talk
you.
to you later. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right. That's crazy. God. Here we go. Focus, work ethic, the ability not to be distracted, authenticity, and WANTTO. So if you say, well, that's all good, how do I get more of those? What do I need to do? Well, I already know. I don't believe you. There's no way I'm accepting that you're that smart and that stupid. It's got to be something different. You don't know. Ask. Learn to ask questions. I know it'll help you a lot. Did I cover that? Oh, I wanted to do this. Month-to-date producers. This is insane. Kyle and Janina Wilson with $75,634 in premium this month issue paid, baby. That's more than, y'all clap for them. Yay! Didn't you have a contest running or something? Like if they did
Yeah.
something?
We had a stimulus pack.
Was it life only, or do they get credit for annuity?
It was life.
It had to be life only.
Yeah.
Oh. So if it was the new, what you call it? The
Super PAC.
If it was the super PAC, they would be headed to stupid numbers.
Right.
So really, but she did. What did you do? Something that they got some kind of commission increase or something?
Yeah, I know they hit. Well, I haven't seen the final numbers today, but
That
with life
40,000.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit a 95 contract.
So they basically got promoted on a contest you ran because they paid $40,000. I got it somewhere. Here it is, right here. $40,915 plus a $311,000 annuity. So in the way we're running the contest with the super PAC, that would be $75,000. What do you do if you do that 2 months in a row? 120. I wish your annuity got issued next month. Find another one. This is going to get crazy. We're going to see some faster promotions and growth and people moving up than we've ever had. That's going to be crazy. Well, congratulations. I got some more leaderboard. Okay. So, let's do this. Before then, let's give Joe and Tony Walker. Joe and Tony Walker got $75,000 issue paid. Paul Menachino, $66,000. 35 life applications. Come up here, Paul. 35 life applications issue paid, and 3 annuities. So how much? You got any idea how much was your annuities in there?
23,000.
23,000 in annuities. Not 23 points. 23,000.
230,000.
So 230,000 in annuities. So that would be 23,000 of your 66,000. So that leaves you still 43,000 life issue paid this month. Woohoo! Lua Body had 61,000 with 2 big annuities and 8 life apps. Megan Wood, listen to this, guys. This month she had 119 applications issue paid for $59,000 in life production. Now, it's got to be Med Sup, Med Advantage, everything in there. But I don't think you had an annuity.
I just did one, but
did
it hasn't been issued yet,
so
it's not that.
It'll be issued in June.
Yep.
That's going to help you get promoted faster. Mark Hutchinson had 56,000 issue paid this month. James and Jane Hill had 50. Where's James? James and Jane. How much of that did you write, James? 0. Jane Hill. Jane Hill. I thought you would pop 1 or 2 in every once in a while. IULs, but you didn't have one this month. I wasn't trying to be funny. I just thought you might have had some in there. 56,000 in life premium this month. 20 applications. Brant Swindell had 51,000, 20 applications. You had 119 applications issued. God, do you have like a great administrative assistant or anything?
No.
You have none?
I have an assistant.
You have an assistant?
That's right. She's here. She's
Where is she?
upstairs in the office.
Oh, she's not out here.
No, she's
She's
upstairs.
watching. Okay.
She's watching.
Cool. What's her name?
Danielle.
Danielle. Well, way to go, Danielle. Way to keep her busy, too. Robert Wilson had 44,000. Justin Balick, 40,000. Mia Fennell, 39,000. This is a heck of a month, people. This is the month of June, baby. Month of May. What's June going to be like? Now we run all these contests and promotions and super PAC. Evan Patzer, 38,000, 24 apps. Junior Korea, 36,000, 39 applications. DJ Jennings, 35,000 with 8 apps. Mike and Michelle Alleman, 33,000. Terry and Tia Edwards, 33,800 with 17 apps. By the way, Mike and Michelle Alleman had 47 applications issued in a month. That is smoking. Stephanie Rodriguez, who is fairly new, I talked to her the other day. She was like, I missed my goal. I didn't do what I wanted to do. Wish I could do better. And I'm thinking, she must come in with like 10 grand. 33,800 with 32 applications issue paid. She's brand new in insurance. She's been in, I don't know how many months now. Maybe, I know she's smoking so many senior people because I'm looking at the Foresters contest. So she's just killing it. Proud of her. Marvin Otsoy, 32,900. Jeff Turner under Kelly Haney, 32,000. 11 apps. Lee Reyes, 38 applications issued for 32,000. George Andershock, 38 life apps issued for 31,000. Marcus Richardson, 54 applications. He got issue paid in a month. Way to go, Marcus Richardson, for 31,000. Belle Kraus, right there, y'all. There she is, Belle. This is Jake of Jake and Belle Kraus, but Jake says he is going to jump in and do some crazy stuff. Matter of fact, what do y'all come up here and tell me what you're shooting for? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Good, Andy.
What are you shooting for? What are y'all shooting for this month?
So we're going to be over 50,000, and Bell's going to hit probably over 50,000.
So you're pretty sure y'all are going to do
20
50
to that. Yeah, right.
because
Exactly.
she's going to do over 50.
Correct.
And then you're going to pile on.
I'm going to pile on whatever I can. So
You're going to do whatever you can.
that's right.
God, man. 34 applications she got issue paid. Joe Duke's got 19 apps for 30,000. I don't think Joe's used to being number 24 in the country, is he? He's normally in the top 10. June, he's probably going to go crazy. Still, Joe, you're one of the, we had Joseph. We did 25 people issued over $30,000 this month. 25 people over 30,000. Adam Johnson coming in number 25 with 36 applications. And then it's like Mike Swells is close, Miles Gatos is close, Jeremy Edwards is close, Debbie Ben was close, Katrina Gustin, Gil Studling Flores, Jason Carey was close, Billy Crane was close, Jeremy Patton was close, Mimi Romero, Mike and Carrie Williams, Diane Silva, Jake and Ray Joseph, Brian Rojas was close. By the way, all these people were over 20,000 in a month. We had a smoking month. Tim and Nikki Long was 20,000. Sonia Pleasant, y'all saw up here, was 20,000. Rut Altador, 20,000. Gary Philistine, I don't know his name. Philistine, I know who he is. He's a radio show. 20,000. Angela Manzo, 20,000. Bobby Eric Belair, up 19,700. So 45 people over 20,000. Like everybody's doing it. That's good stuff right there. Okay. Leaderboard contest. Can you get me to the contest, Billy? I can start clicking stuff, but I don't. There you go. I'm going to pop through some of these real quick. These, by the way, all these are posted on ARC, and you can go find them. But look, Stephanie Rodriguez. 25,000 issue paid this quarter. She's on track. Basically, what she's doing is she's taking 3,000 she's winning on the rookie contest, and then she's stealing 2,000 from the veterans to give her a $5,000 bonus on top of all that business she's writing. So she'll get right now she's on track, but she could move up here and beat out Mia Fennell. You don't think so? She's 4,000 away, and this contest is over June 30th, I think. Is that right? June 30th? Is it on here anywhere? I think it's March, January, February, March, April, May, June. So end of June, it's over with. So they got a race right there. She could pick up another $1,000 bonus by moving ahead. So you don't see any other rookies up in there, Stephanie, so you don't need to be disappointed. Mark Hutchinson continues to lead the way with the 5,000 of veterans. Adam Johnson, Mia Fennell. Vania has not. She's another superstar that she hadn't been around that long. Paul and Rachel Van Thoff, Debbie Ben. So this contest, let's see what who the rookies. Jake and Veray, Megan Ferrand. Megan, come up here. I didn't recognize you. Good to see you, buddy. You are on track to win $1,250. Have we ever met in person? Nice to meet you.
Nice
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Have you met Megan? Have you
We
Megan?
had
Have you
dinner
Megan?
last night.
Y'all had dinner?
That's
Let her have
right.
the mic and tell everybody who you are, Megan Ferrand.
Oh, hi, I'm Megan Ferran. This is my first time being here for TWC Live, so it's kind of cool. I don't know anybody except James, I think.
So you were hired by James and James. Was it somebody in
Yes.
between?
It was David Pruder.
Oh, yeah. Hannah. Hey, Hannah. Good to see you, buddy. That's good stuff. Tell us more. Tell us about your education. Do you have like a master's degree, or have you have a mixology degree? Have you waitress experience? Are you an airplane pilot?
I'm almost done with my bachelor's degree in psychology, but I don't think I'm gonna finish it.
What's your undergraduate in?
That's what it is.
So you have an undergraduate in psychology?
Almost. I didn't finish it. I'm like 30
So why did
credits
you say
away.
I'm working on? So you ain't finished your undergraduate, but you started your master's?
No. I just quit school altogether.
So where are you getting a psychology degree from?
I actually went to 3 different universities: Jacksonville University, University of North Florida, and University of West Florida.
So if y'all meet anybody that college jump, from this university to that one, and they ain't real committed to it, they might be able to kill this business. Tell us something. Give us something else about you. Give us something that we can hang our hat on.
Oh, I just turned 25 yesterday.
Woohoo!
Yes.
25 years old.
Yes.
That happens. Happened to some of us a long time ago. Like old hat. Did that a long time ago. What else? You got a dog? Cat? Fish? Tiger?
I have 3 dogs at my parents' house.
Okay.
Yes.
Any babies? Got any
3.
children?
No, I don't have any babies. No, not anytime soon. Hopefully.
All right. All right. I
Yes.
guess that's enough. Y'all got any questions for her? Y'all know I keep calling her name, right? First it was Megan Wood. Now it's way to go, Megan Ferran. You're
Thank you.
somewhere on here. Your name keeps showing up. Oh, there you are. Right there. Number 3 rookie in the whole country right now. How about this? Emily Catt. She turned 18. She just turned 18. Maybe that's the secret. Number 28 is 25 years old. Number 29 is 18 years old. Isn't that crazy? So this is a contest to do for cash, and it's over. We started another contest yesterday. See if I can find it. I don't know where it is. See what contest comes up. Oh, this one's crazy. This, you can win $2,500. Did you win this? Megan, did you get any money here? Any one of y'all? Mia's going to have money. So you had to write over. Where are you going? You got no
she's
permission to go away.
disappearing.
You remember you did the same thing writing business. You remember you were writing business and just stopped, and I called you and I said, what are you doing? You didn't have permission to. You remember that?
I had a rough 2 week. I sold like 2 policies in 2 weeks, and it was horrible. And then the next week, I think I wrote like 15,000. So
Well, part of it, she wasn't working.
yes, you're right. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
I know. You told me. He was like, I went and saw somebody, my cousin or something.
My parents.
Yeah, my parents. You have permission to go. I mean, y'all, you can go see. I was just kidding. Are they okay?
Yes, they're good. They live in Pensacola, Florida.
So you just went and checked them out.
I hadn't seen them in 6 months.
That's not my fault. You ain't been working here 6 months.
Right.
Don't blame it on us. Don't make it like you don't get to see your parents in that business. You ain't been with us but what, 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
3 months, and she's already hitting these kind of numbers. Ain't that crazy, Mike? People say, like, it takes me time. I go, it don't take everybody time. You can start fast and move up fast. 3 months in. You need to find somebody like this. Okay. All right, so this contest, if you wrote over, I'm trying to remember what the rules are. If you wrote over 30,000, you get $1,000. And if you write over 500,000 in annuities, you get $1,000. If you do both, you get 2,500. So all these people got a $1,000 bonus, and this person got $1,000 for annuities. So Kyle and Janina were close to getting both. And by the way, we're going to do this double fanatic challenge in June also. So in addition to all the pro bonuses, we got this challenge going on too. So over 30,000. So we had, how many people was that? We had 18 people over 30,000 of life business only, but when you combine life and annuities, we had 25 people over $30,000. Everybody clear on that? Gold mine. Okay, Mike and Michelle. So those are the people that are getting $1,000. So if you want to see who, because people always ask me, who should I talk to? People that are doing it. You know who often talks is the people that ain't doing it. They'll tell you, oh, Stephanie, you just missed a $1,000 bonus, buddy. What does she have? God. She had 27,000 and 47,000, so a good month, obviously. Jeff Turner just barely missed it. Adam Johnston, but y'all should make those. Don't barely miss those money hurdle. Oh, West Coast Recruiting. Make it work with me. There you go. West Coast Recruiting. All right, hey, let me run this by y'all. I ran this by some of my top guys. If you're not an agency manager, you won't like this. I don't think. Maybe you will. We're going to have a hard time doing family reunion here because of our error on the side of something, Roy Cooper, the governor. So I don't think we're going to be able to come in here freely. Since Trump raised Cain with him to have the RNC down in Charlotte and he didn't win, I'm thinking if I call Roy, he ain't going to listen to me. Could be wrong. I might call him up. I'll text him and say, seriously, I was thinking. But I'm thinking politically the way he is. Somebody told me he was an attorney first and then a governor, so I'm pretty going to lose. So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about having all the agency managers get together in Florida during that same time. And then I would consider key leaders and above to get together, but I'm not sure of the capacity of the Don Cesar. And then the other option, we could get together in Texas. So just kind of give you a heads up, that's what I'm thinking. So should we do Don Cesar, the Alliance jet will still come out there and get you. That's what got me thinking about that. The Alliance jet will come out and get you and bring you into Florida. That's what we end up doing. Things are still kind of up in the air. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. If Roy Cooper all of a sudden says, somebody did say, what if we called it a riot instead of a family reunion? If they would say, we could even have armed guards here watching us. We could call it the family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if we could do that, right? I don't know. I did not say that. Somebody said that to me, just to be clear. Don't be like, you said something. I did not say nothing. I'm telling you what somebody told me. Huh? Yeah, we got a recording of it. I was just repeating what somebody else. I did not say it. But I did have that thought after they planted it in my head. And it wasn't Satan that planted it in my head. It was a person. I'm not going to turn in their identity unless I have to. Then I'll gladly give you their name. And you can haze them or whatever you do when you don't like it when people say stuff. How you doing? Good to see you in person. Talked to you on the phone 10,000 times. James and Jane are all the time talking about you. Diane Lampy got it close. Manzo got it close. Haney got it close. Let's see what else we got here. See what other. Be nice if I could just page down. Oh, this we already know who's winning that. I'm done with leaderboards. Y'all look up your own leaderboard. They're on the there's some good stuff on there. Oh, hey, agency managers, I need for y'all to do a better job of promoting your people and telling their names. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow too, but it's nice that their names are on my leaderboards, but each agency manager should have their own leaderboards in a lot of different categories. And just it makes you track your people, and it makes them more famous on your team. And it highlights who's really the producers on your team. We started doing that a little bit with the production per month when we came out with that agency manager extreme incentive. So we're going to kind of keep pushing that subject along. There's all the people that already won. Junior Korea's real close. This has already won a trip to Thailand. Okay. Minikino, what's the game plan for this month?
I just want to point out, you said earlier Megan Wood was dominating the leaderboards. I don't think she's dominating them. She just has a small lead of 20,000. So I think this month will be somewhere around 60 to 70,000 in production.
Now, where are you talking about? She only has a lead of 20,000.
If you look at the
I've got life.
The cruise board,
Oh, we're talking about the cruise.
everything combined.
Okay, let's go back to the. Can you go back to the leaderboards?
It's
on
only
the cruise?
20,000.
The
So
cruise
that's a-
leaderboard.
that's a week
Because
of
I don't
issue
want to.
page.
I don't want to be misspoken in anything.
But I got a whole lot more getting ready to be issued.
You got a whole lot more
a
going to be
whole
issued.
lot. And an annuity.
You remind me of Justin Balick with all your more going to get issued. Tom.
Whole lot more. You just wait.
Okay, so right now,
It's only 22,000.
where are you?
Number 2,
Oh, okay.
right there.
All right. So she has a $22,000 lead.
Very small.
So you're thinking
Very small.
you've got.
You just wait.
You've only got 14,000 over Katrina Gustin.
I was behind her 3 weeks ago.
Ah! Did I do that? You were behind her?
She had me beaten 3 weeks ago. I think I was number 14 3 weeks
Hey,
ago.
what about the Rolex? Let's go to the Rolex contest. Can you scroll down to that? It's green. Color coded so I can find them. Green. There it is. How are we doing there? This is okay, I thought this was similar. So the Rolexes, it's not just being number one now. You get to pick the Rolex first. And I mean, Miss Davies acquired the Rolexes, and she will tell you some of them have more beauty and some of them cost insanely more money. So I promise you, the ones down at the bottom, it's possible they could get the expensive one, but I'm thinking the more pretty one is the more expensive one. I'm just thinking. Okay? So truth be told, you do get to pick the first Rolex choice. The most expensive one, I think, was a female watch. Yeah,
Perfect.
very, I mean, it was like half of the budget to buy. How many of them? Am I moving that down, Billy, or are you doing it? 13 of them. Half of the budget went into this one right here. If that tells you anything. Unless she picked, like, I don't want that one. I like this one. Then number 2 would get half the budget, the more expensive Rolex, more diamonds in it. Katrina Gustin. So there's your Rolex contest, and this goes all the way to the end of the year, right? So really, we got 7 more months.
7 more months.
Are you predicting? Are you claiming? What is it when the presidential race they claim victory? Declare.
I declare victory.
You're declaring victory.
I will be in that Rolex contest, and here's what I know is anyone who thinks they've got it already done, they don't have it done. Like, it's a wide open game. Like, seriously, like, it's a wide open game. Like, people are going to be paying $70,000 a month, $100,000 a month. Like, if you have a month where you have 2 weeks you don't work like she did, then you know what I
You
mean.
go far down.
2 weeks
Other
she
people
didn't
are
work.
still working.
But like, you
just
can
2
fall
weeks.
behind that quick, right? But
True.
also at the same time, like, anybody could get to work. Like, it doesn't take that. Like, all you gotta do is run 40 or 50 appointments a week.
I tell you who I'm looking for is Jonathan and Megan Yakey, because there's 2 of them.
Yeah, I agree.
thinking
Number
they
11.
How about Minerve and what's her husband's name? Pierre?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 of them. Robert Wilson, I don't think Mona's selling. It's just up to him. But I noticed he has moved up a long way.
I look in that green chart and I'm thinking that's a competition right there.
You think you don't even worry about Michelle Alleman.
Nah.
Eh.
If she starts working, you know what I mean? Better pack a lunch. All I can say is whoever's going to fight for the top
Bel Air, Eric
work.
Bel Air, no.
Eh.
You don't even got time to think about him. Jeremy Patton, Junior Korea. Tim Sykes, there he is. Brandon and Ashley Beal, there's a combo. Terry and Mike Williams. Evan Patzer. There go Terry Edwards right there, number 23 in the United States of America. Trailing by his number 1 producer right now, Mia Fennell. This is interesting. I don't see, some people don't get fired up with competition, but I'm looking for people that want to compete. Does that make sense? Just,
Yeah.
Whether it's recruiting, sales, contests, trips, cars, planes?
All of the
automobiles?
above.
All of the above. All of the above. Okay, have we satisfied your commentary here?
Yes.
Okay.
I rest my case.
All right. Grab a seat then. Thank you. Anything, Riddle, you'd like to add to your little red shoes?
Paul was talking about how the contest is not over, and I was just going to let Kyle and Pawnee know the contest is over on the recruiting side. So that's all I got.
So the recruiting contest, $10,000. Number 2 is $5,000. So you're declaring victory on the
Yeah, it's
recruiting.
over. It's
That's
over.
a 6-month contest, so they don't have 7 months. Have to do something else.
They'll
for
lose that one.
What's that?
They'll lose the next
They'll
one.
lose
too.
that one too. I like your confidence. Jake, any projections of you and Belle?
Yeah, Belle says we're putting the Jake back in the Jake and Belle. So she's putting me out there to. And same with recruiting. We're going to put the Belle back in the Jake and Belle. So we're going to be working together. It's going to be a different game, Andy. Yes, it is.
I'm happy about that. Thank you. All right, Megan, come over here. You are, I think, dominating. I've been questioned just because you're only
Small
ahead
lead.
by 20,000
You just wait.
points.
Right. Bring it, Paul Mentakino.
Hey,
Bring it.
you know, what's interesting is you got that cousin or something guy. I noticed he's selling a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
What's his
he's doing
name?
great. Chris Manifold.
He's showing up.
My cousin's boyfriend.
Your cousin's boyfriend.
That's right.
All right.
That's
so
right.
were you
He's
trying to
stepping it
recruit
up.
her and got him, or he told you about how'd that go down?
No, I just tried
You just
him.
You just said.
He
winner,
says,
winner,
"What are
chicken
you
dinner."
doing?" Just kind of like I did. I'm like, what are you doing to
He's a
make
smart
this
guy.
money?
He's an engineer. or
He's
some
super
kinda-
smart.
He's not too smart though. He's an engineer, but he's not
Right.
arrogant.
He's a lot smarter than I am. That's for sure. But no, he's not arrogant. He's
You think
doing great.
He is doing great.
He
then
and
you got-
he communicates. That's what it is.
Tell me what you mean by that.
He communicates. Like he talks to me and Mike probably every day, 10 times a
day.
day. That's
Hey,
the
wait a
trick to it.
You're exaggerating some. How many times does he talk to you a day?
No,
and
really.
Mike? No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he asking how to get better and what's he doing wrong?
Yeah.
And,
Every time.
yeah.
He's been over to my house several times.
So sometimes I have people go like, I talk to him once a week.
Yeah.
They're downline.
It's not enough.
That is not enough. You say, well, how do I talk to all the dum-dums and the one that's really good and wants it? You understand that question?
Yeah.
You don't have many dum-dums, do you?
No, I
you
focus on
don't.
the ones that really want it.
Yeah, you don't have many dum-dums. She really don't. She's just got a few that want it, and she talks to him 10 times a day. Paul, you remember when you used to talk to Jane and James 10 times? Well, seriously, how much were you in the beginning, first year? Nonstop.
Okay.
10 times easy a day.
Or more. I think there was one time when I called Mike probably 10 times in one home.
Jake, you know all those times you talk with ones that ain't in the ball game with her? Stop it, or I'll bury you alive in a box. Does that make sense? Stop it. All right, yeah. It's a video that y'all should. It's Bob Newhart. Google, go on YouTube, and then search YouTube for "Stop It," or I'll bury you alive in a box. A lot of educational aspects to that video. Washing your hands is okay. So, matter of fact, this is before COVID, and Bob Newhart knew. Is that his name, Bob Newhart? He knew that washing your hands was okay. Wait a minute, you get to wrap up. What do you have? What do you have last minute? You get this. This is not going to be your only shot at fame, but this is your first chance. Make it memorable. Light them up. Tell them something.
Hi everyone. I'm very glad to be here, and I wish everybody good luck in the rest. Y'all can do it.
How many times do you talk to Jane Hill? Do you talk to her often, or James, about sales?
I talk to Jane like pretty much every day, at least once.
Has
At
it ever
least
been more
once.
than just once a day?
Yes, I've called her 8 times in like a 10-minute span before, and I felt really bad about it. But it's awesome.
Will, the people you're recruiting, if they're ever going to do anything, they're going to have to do stuff like this right here. You heard that in McKinney. I don't think I've had a person become extremely successful that they were not communicators. But you can sell them on it, but you can't make them. But you can't discourage them. A lot of people don't return texts fast, don't return phone calls. Talk to me tomorrow at 9 a.m. when my office time resumes. You know, I always tell them, your manager treats you like a mushroom. Keeps you in the dark and feeds you dope. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't what they did to you. They tell you the truth.
No, they're very, very good leaders. They help me with anything that I have questions about or things that I'm not sure with. Because when you're just getting started, there's a lot of new things that you have to learn. It's really nice having somebody I can call 10 times in 10 minutes. So.
Cater. People that don't communicate lose agents like unbelievable. And they can't figure out why. Lack of communication, two-way street. Them communicating with you and you communicating with them. Happens in everything. Commissions, products getting issued, what time the meeting is, whether they can come to the meeting, when is the show on, can I listen to it, I missed it, is it available somewhere else? It's just communication, 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 communication. You agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Is this the most money job you've had yet, or have you had other higher paying jobs?
No, this is the most money I've ever made working. I was working at the YMCA for $9 an hour before I started working for the Alliance.
Are you serious?
Yes, I make more in one sale than I did in a week at the YMCA.
Have any idea what's the biggest week, how much money you've made in your biggest week with us? Have any idea?
I have made about $2,500 in 1 week.
So your biggest week so far is $2,500.
Yes.
And this is your third month with us.
Yes.
Cool. What's been your biggest week so far?
20,000.
Say it louder.
20,000.
Get ready. 20,000 on a dollar, 20,100, $200.
20,125 cents. Yeah.
$20,100.25
cents.
Y'all give them Megan. Give the Megans a hand. Let me have your mics,
Thank
Megans.
you.
That's the M, and M, the two mics. I don't know. Was this any helpful at all? Because I have went through time. I'm just going to let Jeff talk the rest of the time. Jeff Bright, I'm sorry for taking up all your time, but you got a lot of time to go over this now. What does work hard look like, Jeff Bright? I can't believe that time went by like that. My bad. You can have two mics. Talk twice as fast. I'm not used to being around people.
That's what it is.
My TWCs, I've been ending 30 minutes early.
How we slide it, make the slides.
Next slide. You got to say magic.
Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. I wrote that for Megan. Yeah, the key word here is wait. Is that right on here?
Yeah, you can write. That'll work. Blue will work.
Yeah, waiting is a problem. Abraham Lincoln said this. While you're waiting, somebody is hustling. That's the theme here. So that's just the slide that introduces the three elements of hard work, which are perseverance, persistence, and passion. And, Megan, so I was wondering, since you're like number one, which one of those, without me explaining it first, which one of those is really the one that is most important to you that keeps you at number one? Or you want me to explain it a little bit?
Persistence.
Yeah, because when you were talking up here, I heard persistence. But in theory, passion is the prerequisite to these others. Now, you can call these like 1A and 1B, and there's an argument about which one is more important, but that passion. So let me explain. Look at this. These three at the bottom are the root of these three elements that create hard work. So these sitting in the center, what we call these D's, these 3 D's, and I apologize for not having 3 C's here. I couldn't make anything come out like that. But these 3 D's are values. Those ones at the bottom that are the root are called beliefs, and these that we see in effort, in numbers, in leaderboards, we call those actions or behaviors. But here's the key. The truth is all that matters. Your beliefs are what we call the truth. That's what you can't hide from. You can't hide from the truth. Now, a lot of you hide from it with numbers as far as people you hang out with, relationships. You go get into a new relationship. It's nothing about the truth. You're presenting the best part of yourself and you're hiding the worst part of yourself. Right? You have marketing. Then you kind of get somebody into a relationship, and the only time the truth comes and visits you is when you're alone with your thoughts. You're riding down the road. So these truths are what I call the naked truth. Your belief system is naked. And these values, these 3 D's, those are the clothes that you put on that nakedness. And how you wear those clothes are these 3 P's. Is that a good analogy? Does that make sense? So here's the whole synopsis together of this whole slide about the truth. What you were, Megan, is still who you are. And until you accept that and reconcile that past, then you can't destroy who you are and become the person you were supposed to be. Does that make sense? Does that sound crazy? Who you were is who you are right now. Once you realize that, you can kill who you are and become the person you were supposed to be. All right? So let's look at each section real fast. I'm going to do this
section. You ain't got time to do that, Bo. You got to get moving.
Huh?
You ain't got much time to do that. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so can't we?
You can do it quick.
Do it. All right.
You got to be careful.
All right.
I know I screwed up so bad. I'm good to show you.
Go to the next slide. We're not going to get. Whoa, what's the next slide? All right, so that's a quote that kind of talks about this first
you can
part.
Do a high element. You go back. You do a high level because it's what you were saying. Each one of these, this leads to this leads to this.
That's what I was going to do next.
Oh, you don't need to worry about it.
Go to the next. That's what I was going to do. So what he just said, this commitment leads to dedication, which leads to perseverance. And here's the quote, which I cannot pronounce. This guy he's an Indian philosopher. Basically, he's saying that if you find pride in doing, then the doing will present you joy in life. And so that's basically what that says. So I can go to the next slide. All right, so let's look.
Skip the moral?
Well, you want me to skip stuff. So, all right. When pride or joy and commitment and duty, when you commingle pride and commitment together, you commingle those, we are at our best, and hard work doesn't seem so hard. Pleasure in one's work puts quality in the effort. So you do a whole lot better when you like what you're doing.
Hey, I had a quote for you on that one. When you're getting into it, you better at it. What do you think about that? If you're getting into it, you better at it. Does that make sense? Like if you're into it, you better at it. But if you're just doing it, that's my thought. Go ahead.
Good thought.
Thank you.
All right.
Good talk.
All right. So that first silo, just real quick, what is the commitment that we're looking for that truth? The commitment to excellence. So when you realize you're indispensable, then you can introduce this thing called diligence. Indispensable means you like what you're doing. You find pleasure in the distinction of who you are and finding your name on that leaderboard. That allows you to introduce diligence. It just comes along with it. You become more, you're all into the quality of what you're doing when you realize that you are distinctive. Once you see your name at the leaderboard, you try to do even better. You worry about what people are seeing now because you are visible. It's hard to hide. That's why that leaderboard's important. That's why we should do leaderboards.
That's why I want a lot more leaderboards. Get them. Yeah, you're winning my leaderboard, but can you win Andy's leaderboard? And then compare your leaderboard to his leaderboard and show them how they compare.
Once you become committed to excellence, then it's easier to become dedicated to the discipline that you need to carry out the excellence. That dedication is when you are afraid of the consequences. And when you become afraid of the consequences, guess what you become? Liable to those consequences. You become accountable to what you are afraid of. And that liability, when it's put with tenacity, which I call stamina, you put stamina and liability together, oh my goodness. Discipline and mastering the mundane becomes so easy. That's why mastering mundane is difficult. That's why dialing is difficult, because people don't marry liability and stamina together. If you can marry those two, then you can do what we need as the first element. You receive the gift of perseverance. You're now relentless, and you believe you deserve better. If you are relentless and you think you deserve better than what you got yesterday, work is going to be easy. But that's just one silo. There's 3 silos. So I just want you to see what perseverance comes from: commitment, which comes from dedication, which creates that. All right, let's move.
Hold on, back up. I'm going to tell you a quick as hell story. I talked to a guy today. He quit his job. And I knew he quit his job. He's free. And I said, how'd it go? He said, well, I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't go as well as I want. I said, what did you do? And he told me what he did, and it wasn't the business. And I was like, oh, my God. If you'd have had a job, you would have went to your job. And he says, yeah, because they'd have fired me. So basically, he don't see himself as indispensable in his business. I'm indispensable.
Absolutely.
So then he lost his excellence and he lost his diligence, and he never got to feel like he deserves better. Because for whatever reason, he didn't think he was indispensable. He thought it was okay. And he was like, I need somebody in my life screaming it like you. I started screaming. I said, now, let me be sure you understand. I don't really care. It's not my life. It's not my children that's going to, laugh at me when I'm failing. And it's not my wife going to cut me off and tell me this, that, and other, and I ain't got no money and stuff. And I said, so I don't want to offend you, but I could go back screaming. He said, please go back to screaming. I was like, dadgummit, man. How the hell? But he didn't think he was he felt like he could not do it. He felt like it was okay.
Okay to fail.
Yeah.
It
was okay not to show up.
It's okay to fail. If you think it's okay to fail, you will never, ever persevere when bad things come your way.
Oh, yeah.
Bad things are coming your way.
Oh, yeah. He's got bad shit coming.
But if you think there's no option other than to...
Bad stuff.
Bad stuff. Yeah, bad stuff is coming your way. So, yeah, that perseverance is big. I think a lot of people give up the first sign of this, of bad things. They give up. But a lot of people haven't ever dealt with stuff that other people have dealt with. So we become immune to it. All right, let's look at this.
Hey, they're not scared of a rest home. I'm going to tell you, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was thinking, last thing I want to do is spend a stinky rest home when I get old. I ain't got no money. I was like, I don't like that idea, Yeah.
All
like
that.
I wanted first class. I want to die in comfort, either on my plane, with a crash. That wouldn't be bad. Or with surround sound. I want candles lit up. You know what I mean? Like cool people there. Friends that I've helped become multimillionaires. Like, I'm gonna miss you too. I don't be out there like smelly people and nobody cares. To me, that's the consequence, the fear.
Yeah, but
I don't know what y'all fear, but that's what I
But think about
fear
this,
and
Andy.
still
If
fear.
you had to
I don't
know,
want to go back.
you had to
I-
know what a rest home was. You had to know how bad it was. If you had never been introduced to that, you would not fear it, right?
Yeah. I tell you another thing. Like my mama took care of her mama. I do not want my kids taking care of me like my mama took care of my mama. I did not like that. I don't like it. I want somebody I don't know to take care of me. I don't know what happened.
All right, guys, we're doing the
Don't
second.
happen.
The second one is persistence, right? What it takes you making a resolution.
I don't want you taking care of me. No way.
To get drive, and that drive creates persistence. So look, this is a great quote. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. There are so many people in my life that I have been introduced to that need to see this. There are a lot of people in this business that need to see this. They will sit around and talk about the mountain and how we're going to move that mountain. What you want to do is look for the people that are coming in from the side that are going ahead and start moving those stones. They don't wait to be told what to do. They just go ahead and do it. They're not waiting for a perfect stone. They're not waiting for the perfect advice. They're just told, hey, we need to move this mountain. And you're going to get a lot of smart people. I know a lot of smart people. They're the dumbest people I've ever met that sit around and have 12 meetings about moving a mountain when you got some people that have no education. They're carrying away the stones while they're in there having a meeting about carrying away stones. What did you want to say about that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I love this sentence. Start by doing what's required to get started. It is so hard. The toughest thing is to get started. That's what hard work is, hoping. That's what separates us from everybody else, is we get it when we realize that we've got to get going, get started.
Getting started is the toughest part.
It's the toughest part. Read this sentence with me. Start by doing what's required to get started, then switch to what is possible, and then suddenly you will be doing the impossible.
So here's the way it works, friend. I don't know how to act. Like, for example, I don't know how to recruit. I go like, well, let's say you did know. What do you think will be the first thing you think you would need to do? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, let's say you don't know what to do, but if you had to pick something, what would you pick? You go, well, if I didn't know what to do, I guess what I'd do is I'd call James. Okay, do that. Does that make sense? Like, if you didn't know what to do, what would you do? What would you guess? And then whatever you guess, do that. Yeah, that'll work. That's do what needs to be done to get started. Does that make, like this is honest to God the trick in anything. I just messed one time in real estate. Oh my God. I called my attorney. What's that jerker's name? He said, I think of his name a minute. I called him. I said, hey, Bo, what we going to do? Huh? What? Bob King. That's Robert King. No, he's sophisticated. This guy's old. The local guy that one that talks like this right here. He said, I tell you what we're going to do, Andy. We're going to unravel it like things like this are unraveled. I said, well, shit, let's move on. Shoot. He said, shoot. I was like, shoot, let's just move on. We're going to unravel it like things like this are unraveled. Like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like with your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, comes your chain, it's all tangled up. You'd be like, hey, lay it down right there. Then you get a needle. Start. You know what I mean? You unravel it like things like that are unraveled.
The resolution before we move on is accepting a proven system. Some people just can't, in their mind, can't accept that there is a system that if it works for you, it could work for me. Not going in there and trying to alter that or do something different than you're doing. Or people that are trying to look for a quick fix. It's not a quick, hard work has nothing to do with a quick fix. That's why they call it hard work. It's rolling up your sleeves, accept the path, and go down the path. Make the path a priority, like you said, and stay on the path. Don't look for exits. Right? So the second element here that we go through the recipe a little bit, resolution here is a process. Accept the process. The process gives you willpower and consistency. realizing you have willpower, you're strong-minded because the process gives you confidence. And the process is usually the same for everybody, and you stay consistent when you stay within the lines. Now, once you do that, you can adapt drive as a value, and that is a desire to regard something as urgent and recognize the opportunity. You're not going to get people to be urgent or recognize the opportunity until they have accepted the process. Until they buy into the process, they're going to fight you on urgency. They're going to fight you on not recognizing the opportunity. They're going to fight you every step of the way. This is the second thing that pops out as being something that you need to be a hard worker. This is the endurance piece, becoming obligated and deciding to be obedient. This is tough. If you have no urgency and you don't recognize the opportunity, you are going to not be obligated or obedient. Now, a lot of people say you got to be obligated to something before you be obedient. Obedience is tough for some because it means that you think you're having to take orders from somebody else to be obedient. Yeah, in this life, you're going to have a boss. At some aspect of your life, you're always going to have a boss. Even though you own your own business, you still got a boss. You got to accept that and be obedient. And the boss may not be a person, it may be the system. But you need to be obedient to the system, is basically what I'm saying. To remain persistent and stay in the game, you have to be obedient to the system. You might set up the system, Megan, like you have, but you're obedient to your own system.
Like
it is your boss.
Like your schedule is your boss.
Like your schedule is your boss. Exactly. All right.
A lot of this, he's just telling people how you are, Megan, not telling you what to do. Does that make sense? Like he's just telling you, this is already who you are, but other people are trying to crack the code and become you. And he's saying the code's easy. This is who she is, or this is who Andy is, or this is who Ferrand is. And then Ferrand, you know, part of it too is getting in the rhythm. Like, and then it's like I think, and I'm producing. Well, after you see this, you should know and produce. But when you're only thinking it, you could waver. But when you know, you waver less. Does that make sense? Kind of like, that's what I thought. Now you go with it. You with me? Like you're thinking you don't need to go to college. And I'm just going to tell you, I was getting my master's degree from North Carolina State, not some university you never heard of in your life that nobody knows where it is. It was the university. You know what I mean? Like North Carolina State, like Auburn or Alabama or UCLA. It's a known 35,000 people go there. People, hundreds and hundreds of thousands alumni. We're loyal to each other, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm out. Does that make sense? So then I tell you that, and you go like, now you know, and now you don't. Now when your mom or somebody else, oh, I really wish you get a degree. Say, here's a $100 bill. Could you wish something? Could you wish upon a star? I got 100 lines of what to say, but you should ask me that if they say it.
So the last one is passion. It takes somebody to be devoted, to have passion, and that devotion comes from loyalty. So look at this quote. Truth is a tyrant. That sounds awful, doesn't it? John F. Kennedy said, the truth is a tyrant, the only tyrant to whom we can give our allegiance. That's the only person you should give your allegiance to is your truth. Unfortunately, we talked about the truth not appearing, but in silent time. But the truth is not wanting revenge from you. It's not vengeful. What the truth wants is your reckoning. It doesn't want revenge. It wants reckoning. It wants you to settle your accounts with it. So if you promised the truth 40 appointments a week and you didn't deliver, you and the truth know this. And the truth is a tyrant. It's going to keep reminding you in those quiet times, you let them down. It wants the reckoning, not revenge. It's not vengeful. Would you say that? Yeah. Our truth should be demanding of our time and effort when it is tied to a heroic cause like work. There is nothing the truth likes better and finds more noble than work.
So this kid who quit his job and didn't work, I hit him with he's the only one that can do it. But I also hit him with this. I said, to thine own self be true. Lie to me, lie to God, lie to your wife, lie to your children. But for God's sake, son, you got a heroic cause called work. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that it's not necessary. To thine own self be true. You say, well, it's not necessary. For him it is, because that's his life. And what he worked on didn't matter. It did to somebody else, but not to him. That makes sense? But what I'm telling you, friend, is when you're talking to somebody, when you're armed with this kind of method, here's what you want to say to them. Are you an idiot? You stupid? You got to do your job. But if you can figure out how to get them from left field, like to thine own self be true, or what was the other one before that we talked about that the one deal? Oh, you're indispensable.
Yeah.
You're indispensable. See how that gets him, Jake? As opposed to going, you don't, that they'll be like, don't be mean to me. But when I say, you're indispensable, he's like, I'm indispensable? You see, Kyle, and it's true. He is indispensable. I'm not tricking him. He's indispensable. It didn't get done. He needed to do it. Okay.
Last one. We're just summing this up. Passion is about enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, there is no passion. But to have enthusiasm, you have to have optimism. You have to believe that things can get better. And you have to have a willingness to sacrifice every day. Sacrifice and being positive pulls out the passion. And having passion for what you do is going to make you continue to do it. But you have to be devoted to it, find importance in it, find importance, and when you find things that are important, you'll be faithful to it. And you'll walk with maturity while you do it. If you walk with maturity and you're faithful to something, you'll be devoted to it. And lastly, loyalty at the bottom here. It's loyalty to what? A cause. Every one of you got a cause. Every one of you got things that you are working for. That's your cause. Realizing that is when you become attached to that cause, being bonded to it, and you accept it as your common culture. We have a common culture called the Alliance, which we share a belief. You doing this by yourself, Megan, may not have given you these results. But because you don't want to let the team down and you are now being put on a pedestal, it's going to guilt you into keep doing it. And that, anything that works, it doesn't matter. But we have to guilt ourselves into doing things sometimes to actually get the benefit of being bonded together by a common belief system, which is book 40 appointments a week. That's one of our belief systems, right, Stephen? It's part. And if some of you only book 25, you are violating our belief system. You're not part of that common culture. You're not being loyal to the Alliance. Tomorrow's talk is on this one section. We're going to do a talk tomorrow in here on this, broke out. This whole thing's going to be broke out about what does loyalty look like. Because this is a tough one. All right.
So, I always have my coin in my pocket. I didn't bring my coin, which means I've lost my money, which now I'm really upset. Thank you. What do I want? How do I get it? What do I want? Prosperity, inspiration, and eternity. If you could buy into that, you buy in the cause with an emotional connection. If you could figure out how to buy into this. When I was in my 20s, Megan, I bought into this. Here's what it was. God, country, family, business. My business was last on that list. You say, not now, business number one. No, it's not. God. You say, How can you say that? Like this? God is number one? Like that? That's the way I say it. How do you say it? How do you say it, Jake? That's what you say. What if I say not true? What do you say to that? Catch this. No, I won't throw it. It costs too much. What do you say to that? If I say not true,
I'll prove it by my actions.
I say, yeah, but you hadn't.
No one's perfect.
How you going to argue with that? Well, then he's not number one. Since you're not perfect, he's not number one. What do you say to that? What say ye?
Maybe I should just be quiet and do instead of trying to argue with you about it.
You would say that back to me? Does that make sense? So I'm passionate that that's my number one, no matter what you say. He's passionate that that's his number one, no matter what you say. And then number two, for me, is country. And then three, my family. Now, see, what's not above it is television. What's not above it is recreation. And I mean, I'm a recreating fool. Okay, I got all kinds of stuff I got planned and lined up, and hunting and fishing and shooting and gambling and eating and just fun stuff. You with me? I'm all about some recreation. It just don't rank in my top. Does that make sense? Some people say God, family, business. They leave out country. Well, that's fine. But right now, that seems like a big hot topic, country, right? So I'm going to put it in there. But it's really my family. But it's I really do I'm a big freedom guy. So what does that have to do with this? Eternity. Believing with passion that what I do on earth matters. And then prosperity means I don't want to ride around town in no Toyota, no Camry, no little car unless it's a Ferrari. If it's going to be little, it better be able to get the hell out of the way quick. Does that make sense? I like the G-Wagon. I like the Maybach. I like the H1 and the Ferrari and the Lamborghini. There's no in-between crap. Does that make sense? I call that luxury, which is prosperity. And I also say it's inspiration, meaning who wants to know what I believe in? Like some people are like, let me tell you what I believe in. I go, no, I don't care. You go, why? Because I don't care. You obviously have no power, no money, no influence, and the only thing you got is opinion. They're like butthole. Everybody's got one of them, as opposed to Lamborghinis, which you ain't got one. People say, well, Lamborghini don't mean everything. Right. How about a Ferrari and a Lamborghini? How about now? Is that everything? No, cars don't mean everything. Well, my God's number one. Well, did you just say that? I go, and I got a Ferrari and Lamborghini, and he's number one. How about that? And I got a bunch of guns. Does that make sense? Prosperity, inspiration, and eternity. So you see how what I'm trying to do is tag. This is my cause. This is my attachment. That's why I got so much passion. People say, I don't understand how you have so much enthusiasm. And I say, it's a Greek word, dum-dum. It means God within. You say, no, I'm going to look it up. How'd you learn that? I don't know. Somebody like Jeff told me that one time. I was like, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to need that. That's going to come in handy right one day. How you doing? I'm back with a vengeance, buddy. Y'all think about Jeff. He's lost a loved one. He's losing a guy. One of his best friends is dying.
Yeah.
Yep. Tell me just a little bit about it. Just a tiny bit. Not a lot, just a little bit.
So my friend of 53 years, we've been friends since we were 5. So that tells you I'm 58. And he's had pancreatic cancer for 15 years. So that's amazing that he's lived that long, right?
15 years of pancreatic. I ain't never heard of that in my life.
No, you haven't. He was on Good Morning America, the Today Show, as somebody that's lived with that long. And they interviewed him. But 5 weeks ago, he called me and he said, he'd been on chemo, oral chemo, for 15 years. It does a lot of damage to your body, a lot of side effects. He called me 5 weeks ago. He said, he don't call me Jeff, he calls me Bright. He goes, Bright, I'm gonna cash him in. I'm gonna get off chemo. And he said, I'll probably live maybe 3 months to 6 months. No, I got the call yesterday, and I had to go say my goodbyes because he could die any day. So, but we said our goodbyes. That's tough. And Andy always says, we ain't got no time. I see in my mortality. My mortality was right in front of me yesterday because he's going to leave this earth. Could be right now as we speak. So
He's not going to post about that.
no,
He's going to post about this. Eternity, passion, uplifting. We got one of the nicest notes. My wife was so fired up. Some lady texted us long message. I'm not going to describe what she looks like. Matter of fact, I described too much by saying she. But what she said was, thank y'all for focusing on this all the time and not current deaths, current event. Focused on one event, eternity, baby. And how do you get it? Does that make sense? What you want and how you get. Not what's wrong and who we're going to bitch about and how we're going to fix it. I want to engage as bad as you do. It just ain't no money in it. Say, Andy, if it ain't no money in it, you ain't in it. Well, I'm into eternity, ain't no money in that. Oh, that's right. That's saving up for when we get there. Does that make any sense? I'm just telling y'all, what Jeff has helped me do, and I hope he helps y'all to understand, it's just a layering of how to get here. Does that make sense? I'm sorry for his friend. I mean, I'm crying. I'm tore up about it too. And I'm going to make sure that he gets honored by it and his friend gets honored by it, and he has flexibility to come and go to work when he wants to. But here he is performing at 100% while something else is going on. Does that make any sense? By the way, if you don't perform at 100 because you got stuff going on, I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. But am I looking for people that can perform at 100 all the time, Megan, even though you got great going on? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, Kyle. Just keep going when the going gets tough.
hey, I was going to say this. I kind of put this together for him because when he told me that 4 weeks ago, hardest working man I ever met. And guess what he did through all that chemo, all that pain, all the sores that come on his body? He kept going to work. He never missed a day of work. That was a working fool. Tell you what, if he could get up out of that bed today and do some more work, he would do some more work. And he did not want anybody to know that he was about to die. He kept it a secret from everybody, only his immediate family. He didn't want it posted on Facebook. He don't want any fanfare. He just wants to be remembered as a person that provided for his family and worked hard every day. That's what he wants to be. So this is my way to remember him, because he is epitome of those 3 P's. The epitome of those.
Turns out he was the passion behind the lesson. How about that? Can you say his name? Is that worth saying?
His name is Mitch Meacham. So thank y'all for hearing me out.
I've got a agency managers above. If you could meet me in about an hour in my office, about an hour from now, I'd love to chat with y'all and everybody else. You're welcome back to see the plan, etc. All right. Love y'all.